Alright, welcome back everyone. We'll see how much we get through this stream. Kind of decided last minute to do this, but inspired by Mike Reed to try, the Urza Saga package again. One of the issues with Saga in the past is it's never really had a good target for fair matchups. I think the haste granted from Lavaspur boots is interesting enough to try. So we'll see how that goes. But in theory, I think I like it because it helps the aggro and combo plan simultaneously. Namely, you have Reclaimer or Artisan online earlier if you accidentally draw it. Or, hey, thank you for the sub, Decent. Here are my socials again, actually. But we'll see how it goes. I think the other thing that I kind of had in mind in the past for that was like something along the lines of the I forgot what it's called, the equipment that lets you tap for mana, but that one is like uh, lower upside. I think maybe this boost. Maybe it's worth testing both, but nevertheless, that was kind of always the issue. Also, we have more mana dorks now, so the colorless from Saga matters less. I posted a first draft of this list on yesterday, and immediately Brady Einstein 9998 5-0'd with the list. I lost my 5-0 match last night, so technically we're 9-1 between the two of us. The one change I did make from that first list was I cut we'll try cutting the needle for today and running the second Force Vigor. I found that needle is okay. I mean, like, I didn't really board it in much, to be fair, for the matchup I played yesterday, but I feel like it probably is too slow to tutor for. I think if you want to draw naturally, obviously it can be good, but I think in most circumstances, it's probably too slow. The other thing I noticed, and we'll kind of monitor today, is um, against these control decks, I think you're better positioned, but you still have like this awkwardness of like cards you don't really want to draw. And maybe we just play we cut the Spirit Guide for another fetch land just to like have better cards in that matchup. This is fine. I went down to one mortuary, which is kind of the sweet spot I think ideally because too many tap lands is kind of bad. Uh, I was running two because I think the ceiling was just too high. But if you have Saga, I don't think you need the second one. And that kind of checks out based on the testing I did last night. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, we have a hard stop at probably 6 o'clock my time. So I'm just going to F6. Let's try to play as fast as I can. What is going on? I'm F6ing just so I try to see if I can save time up front. Maybe that's loam, who knows? Sure. We're giving up a little bit of information, but that's okay. Maybe that just means we have more slack, right? I think we're just gonna shut off their mana right now. I think they messed up. F6. Obviously, the wasteless is pretty bad here. gonna go for the kill. They don't have green, so unless they have main deck Chasm, I think we got it. Went through that kind of fast. Our opponent punted. I think there's an asterisk on this game, personally. So this is an interesting matchup because, like lands, I know they're part of the green family. They're the way that they have built their decks, especially as of late. It's closer to a Stompy deck. We saw multiple tombs too on the other side. I don't really like this kind of card against them because, like, this matchup is like very tempo intensive, and I think we just want to go low to the ground. Um, Shepherd's bad. Maybe just like go down to 2 Artisan. Like we don't really have mana often. If we do, we're probably already winning. Anything else that I missed? That's probably fine. Our opponent threw, for what it's worth. They should have popped the expedition map in response. Like that's a time walk that happened. So I want to emphasize it's a big deal what they messed up on in their turn. So asterisk on that game. Well, I feel like Portugal is like very strange in that deck because they don't run that many fetch lands, and Reclaimer can just get whatever the land that we want already. It seems like a very odd choice to me, but I'm not a lands expert by any means. I'm gonna save the loam. Sorry, not the loam. The bog for the loam. I misspoke. Freudian slip there. Yeah, but they only have like. Well, I guess if they have active reclaimer, but I guess active they can get whatever they want, right? But I don't know. On paper, it seems strange with a deck with like 2 fetch lands. But I guess, yeah, I guess maybe they just have so many dead draws it just doesn't matter. Here I'm gonna filter. If they want to waste me, they can. I don't think I care. Maybe they rotate for Tabernacle. I don't know. This is interesting here. We want to sandbag the saga. I guess we play this now and pass turn. So this is so they have Wasteland here. Um, if we want to get the saga to get the needle, they could just Wasteland our thing anyways. So not ideal for sure. I think they probably have the kill. My guess is it seems like they have probably one combo hand, one land in hand That's a combo land, and then the other one is like a card rotation. Never mind. Take back what I said. Or they have two card rotation hand, which is less likely. Sure. That is a mistake. There's now double asterisk, right, in this matchup. This is a game-losing mistake. Um, some merit to get the Arbor here to ramp. I think here it's interesting because we don't have lethal. We have the endurance flash for what it's worth to snipe down their reclaimer. We'll play the bog. Is there a reason to get rid of the orb now? The reason would be to play around other artifacts that they play. Oh, sure, that's fair. Blazing Pandora. Forgot about that, to be honest. So they definitely have the crowd rotation. I'm gonna play the endurance, the chump block. Just to be mana efficient. I'm not pitching this, even though I can, because there is a chance that we can hard cast this like pretty soon. I'll just hold Reclaimer up. I wonder if we want our thing to be copied. The Saga, probably not. I think we get another Cradle. Okay, interesting. I think now since we have the kill, we can just kill the Torva Orb. Should be game. They tap out for If they tap out for Lage, we have lethal. So, multiple asterisks in this game. I don't really think this is a good barometer. We'll just keep going. we were somewhat paid off. I wouldn't say so. We had the flexibility, right, for to nab the orb with the pick your poison. When we drew the hoof naturally. Uh, this is a mode of 6 already. And we're likely to draw another land soon. Oh, mulligan. This is like almost like a mode of 5. Keep. I'm gonna put back a land, and my logic is like, sure, one of these is probably dead, but if not, it's probably gonna win the game. And we're likely to draw another land, given that how many we're playing in the next few turns. The whole reason why um, we built the deck we can partially is it's very flexible in terms of makes it so you have more keepable hands. Looks like another lands player. Sure. I'm really happy I kept these now. Seems like they probably. It seems like they probably are holding up. What does that spell? The either crop rotation or the swift whatever the reflexes. They're either lands or depths, right? Probably lands. Interesting. Tabernacle? Yeah. We can play that game. I don't mind that game. We will see, right? Like, who's gonna play through the Tabernacle better? The endurance is basically force of will at this point for loam. Yeah, we're to bash. They pay these hierarchs pay for themselves. They probably rotate for depths here and just like sack the reclaimer. Is my guess. Right? Otherwise, how do they win, right? They're gonna have to tax themselves every turn otherwise. So my guess is they're gonna reclaimer push the tabernacle away, and they make a merit lage. Ooh no, they're playing defensively. Okay. Ghost quarter. Interesting. Do they know our list? That's a very risky play. What if I have a third basic? Oh, unless they had the thing already. Sure. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. My guess is they already have the wasteland in hand. They're just trying to run us out. I don't know. It's like kind of a risky play because unless you know for certain your opponent doesn't have a third basic. I think personally, but I don't know. I'm gonna continue to bash. This is why hierarchs are very good. They pay for themselves, right? So they're not going for the kill. I don't know, like, what is their game plan here? I'm trying to figure that out. Sure, maybe they get the stage again here, or the depths here. Okay, so now they're gonna go for the kill. They probably sack the Reclaimer now, if I were to guess. I guess it doesn't matter. They have a land drop, they can pay for it. Probably stage in their hand. Or, yeah, there you go. That's kind of annoying. They played defensively, which ended up being correct. Um, yeah, they are, which is correct. Like I don't hate it from their perspective. We're like hosed here. So there's two lines in my opinion. Like we can either once in response, but then we would lose the creatures, right? I think we have to endurance here and chump block now. The problem is then we sack our whole board. We're probably just losing that game. If we draw a Cradle naturally, I think if we sack our board, I think we're not winning this game. So I think we have to. I think we're gonna have to hope we draw the Cradle naturally and be able to chump block. That is my new read on this. Did we draw the Cradle naturally? Okay. Because like I said, if we sack our whole board to play the endurance, that only buys a turn, and that's not a winning board state regardless. Okay. Let's go to game three. Game two. We'll play. Oh, wait. Did they misclick? Okay, it's okay. Wow. Okay. I just assumed that they. Okay. Well, that's okay. They deserve to win that game. It's more dexterity than anything else, and we were given a gift in the first round, so I. It's okay that they misclick, and we probably should not have conceded because they misclicked. But that's, that's it's all kinds of. The word I think I've seen is very scuffed. My opponent played very well though, so give them credit. I take away the misclick, which is like I said, a dexterity thing. Um, this hand is like kind of sketch. We have lands, which is nice. How well are we hoping to top deck here? Ugh, that's pretty bad too, but again, these streams are more for educational purposes, so don't really mind that much. Hey, hey Jared, how's it going? I don't really mind, giving them a free win here when they misclick, to be fair too. Like it's kind of a bad feels bad. I know, right? I keep drawing them. I think here there's an argument to be made. We just want the reclaimer on board immediately, but actually no. Let's just follow the heuristic we're gonna ramp. Especially if they like have swords. Hmm. So one of the questions that might might be apparent is did we get hurt there by the saga um, not being able to cast the artisan? No, because artisan typically is kind of bad in this matchup. That's why I boarded two out. You like if your opponent knows the matchup, they're not gonna allow you to untap with Cradle, and I think I'd rather just like get the reclaimer going. Okay, so they name the reclaimer here. Which means we can. What is with the ghost quarter? Like, it's. I need to play the third basic because I cannot have people assuming I don't have it because that is like scares me a little bit that they do that. I do not like being taken advantage of, and that's it's kind of like how I felt right now. That they would preemptively fetch the ghost quarter. Um, I think we bash first. There's like no reason not to. Obviously, again, like rotate for whatever and hit our bog, but like I don't think that's a big difference. Yeah, hopefully we'll see. Seems not good enough. There was this other card that I was thinking about playing too, like where you tap, you make a mana. I don't remember it off the top of my head. It played in Pauper. I see, and I've seen some in some like amulet lists or whatever, or some of these other lists playing Saga, where you tap a creature and make a mana. That seems kind of interesting with our deck too, because it's good when you draw it. Right, you want a card that's actually good when you draw it. The other one's Chrome Mox, obviously, but that one has problems. For what it's worth, in my testing, Saga was the Saga plus whatever was pretty good. Spring Leaf Drum is what I'm thinking of. Yes, that is the card that I'm thinking of. It's the card I played like in Pauper Affinity or whatever. I do I want to? I'll just let it go. What are they getting here? Map, sure. This is what I mean. When I say they just like when Fiend is not good at this match, it's because of this card. Sure. We're just going to have to do it naturally, I guess. Let's dig for the whatever naturally. Maybe what are they doing here? Wasting me? Sure. It doesn't do anything in this board state. They have 2 explorations and they have multiple artifacts. Hey Job, how's it going? That seems good. I'll bash. I know, right? Their Yamamai is gonna help us out real much right now. We're not gonna play around top deck. We're not gonna play around top deck. What is it called? Loam right now. All right, sure. That's okay. That is cute, but doesn't do anything. I get that sentiment. My thing is, I think sideboard slots are very precious, and I'm okay with just like sometimes it's not good, like the pick your poison. That's something I just live with. That is my current stance on that. Okay, pitch fodder for endurance, I guess. Yeah, I have a split right now. I think the first Force of Vigor, if you're playing on the pick your poison list, is kind of neat because it gets you out of these random things. Otherwise, I think we're winning this game for what it's worth. What are we scared of here? Probably just like I don't even know. I don't think anything actually. Like they're missing both combo pieces for Malart Lage. They have a maze is kind of annoying, but so I think the correct line here is to attack with both because if these swords one, I still get the damage. And if they have endurance, we have well, we don't. I guess we don't get blown out if they attack with the reclaimer. If they have an endurance here. Okay, they swords. It's one or the other, right? Like, what are we playing around? This fetch land will stay a fetch land. Yeah, I don't know. I think the PYP being relevant against Beans and being relevant against Graph Digger's Cage and Murktide Regent, like for me, it does more than Force of Vigor. Pitch end of turn, tick Artisan up. I don't know what you're asking. Mm, I rather not tie up my mana for what it's worth. I rather not tie up my mana. We can still do that next turn for what it's worth. Right? Like, they're at 8. This puts them to 5. We can sack Arbor. That puts us to 4 damage, and then we can just like pitch cast Endurance, like if we need to. I hate taking these greedy lines though, for what it's worth. Especially since we're at the magic number 21, right? Okay, this didn't matter. Like, I think we had a game won. I just no need to take these greedy lines, in my opinion. Just think we just keep it alone. Speaking of the devil, right? We got the all disenchant hand. I think the goal today is just to like see how the saga feels still. Sure. Sure. I think we do it now. We don't allow our opponent to have the mana to crowd rotate. They could go loam into the quarter, or do we want to ramp? Nuke the graveyard? Why? I actually am inclined to do the opposite. I think waiting to, for what it's worth. How did I give it back to them? I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about? Um. So, my gut feeling is they're all in on Martlage. I don't understand what you're saying, HC Fox. I think the only way we lose here is Martlage, and I think we want the Endurance chump block, so we're gonna play Bog and then pass turn. I think that's how we lose. And then we save the green sun for, green sun for endurance. I screwed that. Well, it's okay. I should have maybe. Okay. There's a possibility I'm supposed to hit this with the trigger on the stack, but then I don't have what I need. That's okay. I think it was actually correct to wait there. So I might have misplayed because if I force the saga, actually no, I can't do that anyways. I could end step it, force them to copy, but then they can just draw and wait. Um. So the question here is like, do you? Actually, I can't even hit the thing right now. So the question here is, do I hit the saga? And I think it's probably yes. Just like there are no lands, right? We sure. Sacrifice. It's the greediest thing, but I feel like natural order will hit a land. Yeah. There is a small chance it's whiffs, but I think we got it. I want to put a clock on the board. Like I said, there is a chance that that would have whiffed, but uh, I they're probably out of luck, to be honest. Maybe they swords this, whatever. They have another crop rotation. If they have another crop rotation, that's pretty bad for us. I feel like we have to attack anyways because, or maybe not. I don't know. That one is tough. Like we lose our Atraxa. Let me think about that. Yeah, we go to 26, can take a hit, and then just. The greed. Well, let's just hold everything. All right. Now I think we got the game. Put that back in. Probably reclaimer. Yeah. All right. 2-0 on 2 lands. That's pretty good. 1 asterisk though, for whatever that's worth. Let's start another one. I think we played pretty well that game. We died to quick Merit Lage plus Mana Deal game 1, and then we just had like, sideboard cards game 2 and 3. We didn't stress the decision not to Force of Vigor immediately, but I actually think it was the correct move because like if we Force of Vigor this Saga, they can just draw another land and like we don't have enough cards. All right, while that goes, I'm gonna get more water. Alvis. A little flooded, but whatever. If our opponent is on Reanimator, I'm gonna really want this Endurance pitch. It feels so bad not to play the dork here, but if it matters, it's like game altering, right? And it turns out it does matter. Yeah, I just don't think, especially since we're flooded. Sure. Not for this match. Not right now. Also not what I wanted to draw right now. I guess hitting land drops is fine. Also, there's a chance we're supposed to just again do the same thing, hold the Hierarch back in case they have Wasteland plus Reanimation spell. It's a little bit greedy by me, but if they had it, they would have done it last turn for what it's worth. We get heavily rewarded though if we get untap here. Also, if they waste, yeah, I think it's tough because okay, there's a waste. No, I think they might have the reanimation spell, but we shall see. Uh, I'm just gonna Cradle. They want to reanimate a troll or Gris. I think we just live with it. All right, this is a must block for our opponent now. They did have the days. Jeez. Super punished. Other, yeah. Well, to be fair, so me, like I didn't play around Wasteland plus reanimation spell, and I got punished. Argument to be made, like I'm not supposed to play around that anyways, but they did have the Wasteland. Like that was what I was afraid of, right? Like I'm supposed to hold the pitch. I'm supposed to hold the pitch for the reanimation. Yeah, the milling the we can live with the dumb troll, but what do they? They put Force of Will into their hand. They have pitch too. There's really no need to. Yeah, I think if we played it conservatively, maybe we win, right? Like, I just didn't think they would have the reanimation spell plus the Wasteland, right? I think this game is lost. Outside of drawing Shepherd. And even then, probably it's still lost. So yeah, if I had kept the thing, I could have. Well, actually, I think they had the days in hand for what it's worth. No, actually, no, that's not true because we would have had extra mana up. So there's that. This probably gets actually. This probably gets forced. Hey Mike, how's it going? I didn't play around Wasteland plus Reanimation, and here's the bind I am in. Otherwise, I actually think I'd probably win that game otherwise, but that's what I get. I don't think it matters. Sure. Tracked Shepherd here is what we need. Nope. That ain't gonna do it. Yeah, so the misplay by me was not playing around the Wasteland and the reanimation spell, but I think what would have happened was we would have been able to pitch cast Endurance in case they Wastelanded our thing. No, I don't think so because like we still have to answer the troll at the end of the day. I did not want to draw that card. That's like that's not why we lost the game in my opinion. Yeah, but then you tap out. Like I don't want to tap out. Like the problem with Gris is I don't want to pay for a 3 mana thing. I like want like this. It's all about having like one drops in this matchup. Shepherd's pretty trash. Do we want this card in this kind of matchup? Probably not. Everything else is like really good. Actually, maybe I don't want to bring in the bigger poisons in this match. This is a mole. Here the spear guy hurt us, so that's good to know. Should not have lost that game one, but uh, I guess it's good for educational purposes. I think we just run everything out. Sure. What do you? Oh, why did I board it out? Because it sucks in this matchup. It doesn't play well with the play patterns for this matchup. So what I mean by that is like, I don't want to cast like it ever over the other cards. It smells like they're gonna Bowmasters the Artisan here, and the problem with that is like they can also do it later. If they Bowmasters here, and I have the Reclaimer is the problem. Uh, so okay, I misclicked. I'm supposed to fetch Cradle, but that's bad. Yeah, cause I can't leave the Reclaimer down. This is kind of the same thing. I'm being a little greedy here. I'm supposed to have a Cradle in play. That's like kind of annoying me now. I don't really care. They're gonna like try to value me. I don't know. Like if they really want to spend 3 mana to kill my dorks, that's like whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna be bashing for a lot if they want to go down that route. Do they really want to tap out to kill a dork here? Yeah, we're gonna slam down endurance here too. A second land would just been great here to start pressuring with Saga too, but neither here nor there. You called it HC Fox. Mm, yeah, that's fair. Actually, no, because we're gonna go wide too, right? Like, how many chumps can they make? It's actually not a great draw there. We're gonna attack. They're gonna chump. Are they gonna tap out again? Like how long can they do this? They're trying to outmaneuver me, but I'm gonna try to have some pride and not get outmaneuvered 2 games in a row to the same mistake. We're probably not gonna finish this league based on how this match is going, but we'll see. Do we want the token or the Bowmasters alive? I think we want the token dead because, well, yeah, I'm just debating like what is correct here. Sure. Bog them off a 4/4. I don't know what you're saying. Like I don't want them in tune for Atraxa. I don't. Maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying, HC Fox. I think we need a whole bog up. If they want to waste a Cradle here, they can. Like I don't think we care. Oh, you're saying end step, sure. Oh my god, the slow play. they play a land yet? It's gotta be exactly land in tomb. It's gotta be exactly land in tomb animate dead. And they just use one here. Two, four. We can still. I think so too. I'm like debating it. Instead of getting greedy. Sure. I think the line here is. I'm gonna do it backwards and play it safe. And play around a second wasteland here. Oh, they have a troll. That's what they're looking for. Um, I think. I think we have the bog now. And play that as a creature. Shields are down, but it is what it is. They're gonna time out. We attack here. That forces a triple block. Or not triple block. They have the block. Yeah, I think swing ought to. Uh, uh, I don't think we changed anything. I like how that played out. That's pretty good. Our opponent is under a time crunch too. What are we taking here? I don't think we care about Bowmasters. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. No, I that's what I was gonna do. They can't ponder or whatever. Our line is pretty clear, I think. This is pitch for endurance. This is gonna be reclaimer, and it will lock up the game. I think it's probably over unless they drew a daze. This might just lock it up. I think the only card we were afraid of there was daze. Game. We're not gonna walk into the Bowmaster, so they did not bin. Sure. We know they still have a Bowmaster, so there's no point in getting a 1/1. I think here we get a Mortuary. No, it's too way too. Well, Yeah, I think we get the mortuary here. I think it's too early for a saga. We don't have any more fetch. I'm gonna put the Cradle here now. There's no need to run the Noble into the Bowmasters. We're gonna continue to waste our opponent's mana. Like they're gonna probably leave Bowmasters. It's just like there's no need. Sure. That's not gonna be the difference. They can Bowmasters me or pass. I think we just pass turn again. If I make 2 mana here, I should have fetched that. It's still not too late, I guess. Oh, I boarded it out. That's funny. Do I care? I don't think so, actually. That's actually good for me. Because I get the Arbor back and the land. Sure. Yeah, I think that actually helps us. I think the game is probably, if they don't win on literally this turn, the game is over. Not to mention they're staring down the clock difference, right? This is probably the last match, unfortunately. Like I said, I have a hard stops, excuse me, coming before 6 o'clock, and in the event the next match runs long, I don't want to get in trouble with my family. Sure, not bad. We're 3-0. Sure. Yeah, for sure. And the one time I wasn't tight, I lost the game. So that's like really good to for demonstration purposes, right? Sure. I don't think I care. Do we care about being dazed here, or do we just care about putting our opponent under a clock? I feel like we just want to put our opponent under a clock. Yeah, get out of here. All right, nice win. 5:40, 20 minutes. It's probably cutting it close. Let's look at the list. We played the two Force of Vigor. I think the Force of Vigor probably helped us win against the Lance matchup, so nice to feel that. Like, technically, we can play a Needle to get off Saga. I feel like, yes, that can come up, but it's like probably too slow. And I think I just rather just have like more, free spells and live with the off chance every once in a while, the game goes late and then maybe Saga could have won a game and didn't. But I think in most cases, we're gonna just rely on the boots, right? That is also true. Based on my like cyborg optimizer, Force of Vigor like scores significantly higher than Nido at the moment too. So there is that. Even though Nido is tutorable, but like I said, it's kind of slow if you want to do it via Reclaimer. Um, we did we see boots in action today? I felt like no, we didn't. We played against Lance twice, so probably not. Uh, the other card that's like kind of useful is the Spring Leaf from right. Just for more mana. But I feel like this ceiling might just be higher, right? Like getting a Reclaimer online a turn earlier or a Fiend Artisan earlier seems better than just essentially another ramp spell in terms of Springleaf from. Yeah, Force Awakens just wins games. So I think we're 3-0 so far. Ugh. Uh, Let me see. Let me just check with the wife first. But until I get a response, but I'm assuming, yeah, I'll host it, Straz Daddy. Um, I'm gonna assume I will be able to play another match. But we went 3-0. We beat Lance twice, and then we beat uh, Reanimator, right? We should have really 3-0 the Reanimator if I just like, you know, essentially lock our opponent out. But okay, wife confirmed that she will be home soon, so I don't want to start another game. I think off the top of my head, what I would change is I think there's merit now, just like when you add more non-linear elements in the deck, like boots that sometimes you don't really draw. I think you want to make the other parts of the deck more consistent. So maybe this is just another fetch land. Um, Obviously, I don't think we needed another mortuary. It would be nice to have in some spots, but I think the first one obviously get a lot of mileage into the saga. Um, as always, if anything, like I would probably just defer to Mott's. Sorry, excuse me. But I've liked the Spirit Guide, like, and he was the one that recommended, maybe one, because the first one's kind of free, at least previous to Saga, but um, there is some value, like I said, in having another fetch now that we add another, like, non-linear element to it, the deck, right, where it increases some variance. But I think the deck played out pretty well. We boarded out the Artisans, two of them against the Lands matchup. We didn't drop any post-board games against Lands, so that's pretty nice. Anybody have any questions? I don't think I would change anything right now. Haywire is interesting. Yeah, I know. I only knew the correct Norwegian pronunciation because of Romario, actually. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Like, they kind of do the same thing, which is why I thought the second mortuary was the cut for Saga. Not to mention, you get another non-tap land that is like relevant to cast Endurance or to tap for Artisan. That does matter. Like I said, the first one gets you a lot of value. The second one has value too, but just not nearly as much. It does last Hydropower for has for a while. I don't think I would change. Like maybe like I said, I would probably defer to Mots if anything. But for now, if I can get away with this card, I would rather keep it, and because it gives some explosiveness that the deck does that otherwise doesn't really have outside of boots, right? Like you get the speed boost that they cannot really play around. Like opponent will probably play around a one of. Sideboard, I think, yeah, the last slot in the card was the Force of Vigor, and I think I like that. What was it previously? I don't remember. I think I played the second Force of Despair, but I think the I had the third Pick Your Poison main, and that's why, cause to add the boots, I think I wanted a fourth Disenchant essentially. Everything else is like pretty straightforward or self-explanatory if you've been following my streams or this deck in general. I'll probably update it to this list for Patreon. The other thing I might do if people care is like I'll try to have more like training wheels type list if the saga is like too complicated. Like I'm almost certain people are gonna misplay with this card because it happened. I've tried this card in multiple iterations of this deck, and every iteration people have misplayed. So like I'm a little leery of recommending a list with this if your sequencing is not tight. But I would probably recommend something, you know, without this and the boots. If sequencing is not your best avenue, I'll put it that way, because this is like very susceptible to misplay in my opinion. At least based on my own experience and seeing others. All right. Anybody have any questions? Here are my socials again, and thank you for bearing with me tonight, even though we only got through 3 matches. Beating Lance twice is pretty nice, and then we beat Reanimator. We should have been 3-0 really against Reanimator, but again, don't be like me, better than me. Any questions? If not, we will go raid Straz Daddy as recommended. Yeah. If nothing else, I think the 8 Hierarch build is also nice for Saga because you have more green sources now, and it helps just to activate. But thank you everybody for hanging out tonight.